Alright guys, this will be a quick review regarding this beautiful I Gen 4500 dual fuel generator. So to begin with, in the front panel, what you see here is quite a few things. So let's go over. Let me kind of get closer to it, guys. Over here you see a USB, a 2.1 and a 1.0. You see a battery switch. You see a charger in the front. You see a propane hook. It comes all the hoses and all the stuff that needs for it. You have your switch over there. Hope you can see it. Down here you have your breakers. You got your on-off button. You got your input, overload and low oil. Your efficiency mode on and off. Your reset button right there. And down on this over here, once the engine is running, you'll see 5 different data that it will show you, and if you can read that, I'm sure you can, it's gonna say remaining runtime, power output in wattage, fuel level in liters, voltage, and lifetime ran hours. So it's a pretty good indicator for all the necessary data that you can have and implement into the actual use of this awesome generator. On this side you'll see a 2 outlets of 110 watt, 110 volt, I'm sorry. Down here you see a RV outlet. It's a 30 amp outlet, not the 50, it's a 30 amp outlet, although you can plug in a 50 amp with an adapter, and it's kind of nicely has a ring closure on all of these. So that's the front side of it. As you move to the side, you're gonna see the actual manual crank that I probably never used before. The oil housing, that's where you change the oil, and then obviously the sign for the I Gen 4500 dual fuel. So you pretty much remove this, which is super simple, like that. And as you can see, I did change right there, I did change that oil dipstick. It comes a plastic, so I changed that to a magnetic one after my first oil change. There's a little bolt, if you can see it. Let me try to get closer, and then it'll be that one right there, the left one. So I mean the bigger tupper one. If I put my finger there, you probably won't see nothing, but it's the left one, that one. So you just simply undo that. Oil comes right out. There's a little pen pull right there, if you can see that. And that's how you do your oil change. And then we're gonna put this guy back here, and that's it. You gotta do your oil change about 10-15 hours, maybe even 20-21 hours. It's fine. I've done mine at 22 or 21 and it was still clean. So it's really not an emergency to do it after 10 hours like most people would. This side, again, this is probably where you get to the engine. And as you can see, it has 4500 peak and 37 running on fuel, on gasoline. Now, if you look right under, if you hook it up to a propane, it will lose some of the peak and some of the running. So peak would be about 4050, and then the running would be about 3330, which is not big of a difference. I tried both. And I did run my air conditioning in my RV, and it does fantastic. I wouldn't even make a difference whether it's propane or fuel. As we run to the back, this is where you got your battery right here. You remove this guy, and there's your little battery. It's a 7 amp hour battery. It works perfectly, 12 volt. Never had to recharge it. There's your exhaust right there. And while we are in the back here, I just wanted to point out to you guys that this part right here is the only part that gets hot. It says right there, caution hot and all that. So anything else around this whole generator does not get hot. If it's hot because of the sun, not because of the actual engine running. So it's kind of neat that they came out with a good closed up generator that doesn't get hot. So it's a fantastic generator. It's got wheels, as you can see right there, and it's pretty simple to lift. I mean, it is heavy. I'm not gonna lie to you, it is heavy. I mean, it feels like it's bolted to the ground, but you just pull this thing in, this guy comes out, so you have this little pull right there. Let's see, right there, and then you pull it out, it clicks, and then you lift, so it's off its wheel, and then you pull. It is full of gasoline right now, so it's about 25 pounds heavier. And that's it, it's back on. You can barely see it. It's not in the way, it's not something you have to dismount, or some of the generators you have to dismount. This is where you put the gas. Gasoline. This is about 4 months old, and there is not one rusty spot. Not one. I've seen some of these reviews where some of these generators did come rusty already, which is weird. Maybe some colder weather, I don't know. That would be pretty much it, guys. Let me give you a little bit of a hands-on experience that I had with this generator. Price-wise, it's about $1,000. Could be a little less, could be a little more, but it's around that number. It's got a remote control. It's a 2-button on-off remote control. Does start from about, I think the furthest was maybe 100 feet, 80 feet, 100 feet. For sure, it does start under 75 feet, but I did try to go quite a few feet away. My truck and my RV together probably about 45 feet, and I was probably another 40 feet away from it, and the generator did start and did stop off the remote control. So that kind of gives you a little bit. I can't demonstrate that right now, obviously, but I did try it out, and it does work. I usually have this on the back of the travel trailer. I have a nice almost enclosed carrier, a metal carrier that I picked it up from Amazon. It wasn't cheap, but it's a good one. I might gonna make a review on that as well. Running time, guys, it has about a 3-gallon, I think it's 2.9 gallon fuel tank, and it does take any kind of fuel. It doesn't have to be premium. It does take 87, 89, 91, 95, whatever you got. It does run, they say, about 18 hours, and that's probably at 25% of the load. Usually I have it around probably, I'd say 60, maybe even more, because I'm only running the air conditioning, sometimes running the microwave at the same time. And yes, it does run the micro and the air conditioning and the lights and everything at the same time. And this is a brand new RV, so I'm not sure if you have an older RV that might take more surge, I'm not sure. But it does run my StarCraft launch, as some of you guys might know what kind of RV I have. I believe it's a 15,000 BTU. I don't think it's a 13. I'm pretty sure it's a 15, but you can look it up. So it does say 18. I don't think it will run 18. I would say it maybe runs around 15, 16 on a quarter load now with in my case, or some of you guys' cases, like running the air conditioning. I guarantee you it'll run you about 8 to 10 hours. So pretty much when I start up the generator, it's full. I turn everything on, and I come out and I check the runtime, and it tells me 10 hours, 10 and a half hours, and then a couple hours later tells me 8 hours. So it on running about 60%, I'd say about 60%, it gives you about 8 to 10 hours. Now if you only run to charge your batteries, or to run your lights, or to occasionally turn on your micro, or watch TV, I guarantee you can run this thing probably over 15, 16, maybe even 18, maybe even 20 hours. I've heard some people run it for 22, but that means probably you're not even using it. So this thing is meant to be used. It's meant to be put load on. 4,500 watts. It's a lot of watts. It's a lot. Literally, it would run 2 air conditioning at the same time. The only reason it won't continuously, because of the surge of the air condition when it restarts. They would start, absolutely, even if it's a 3,000 watt, if it's a 28,000, it will start. The only problem with these air conditioning is that when they stop, there's a tremendous pressure that builds up, and then when it needs to restart, that's when it's surging to like probably 3,800 watt for like about 3-4 seconds. But that's more than enough to something smaller than this or weaker than this to kill. And then once it's killed, once it's stopped, you have to go out, restart, start the whole thing all over. So that's why you need at least 4,000 plus surge. So for that few seconds when the air conditioning restarts, it'll start with no problem. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna wrap up this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the 4500 I Gen Westinghouse. If you have any comments, any improvements, or anything that you can add on to this video, please do so. I would appreciate it. As I said, I'm pretty new to this. It's been 4 months, but I've been using it. I have about 62 hours on this baby. So I did use it. You can tell it's got dust on it and all that. It's got scratches because of different reasons. I had a smaller cage that I put it in, and then it just got stuck. So that's the scratches from it. But other than that, it's amazing. Generator starts right up. I won't start it up right now, but I will definitely encourage you to look into this. It's affordable. It's quiet. It's really quiet. Actually, I did a decibel test. We're talking about under 80, 75, 70 decibel, which is pretty good. Very, very close to like a few feet away, which is pretty good for the size of it. Most of other generators, a few feet away, it's like 90 decibel, which is pretty high. So there you have it, folks. Please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Obviously, it's a new channel, so you must be new. Once again, this is Matt the Car Guy. Thank you so much, guys. Checking out.